into the highlights.
The move leading up to the Penrith first try against Balmain was a quality bit of precision football between Alexander, Robinson and Izzard. They combined well. The break by Izzard is excellent. Penrith scored as a result of the bomb after Simmons' tackle on the 5th. You know, it's hard to put an old head on young shoulders. If ever the Panthers bombed a try, it was after this break by Brad Izzard. His winger Gonzalez didn't appear quick enough to support him correctly, and as they lost the match 18-12, this failure after only 11 minutes was absolutely critical. Penrith halfback Greg Alexander didn't attempt to do much running in the first half, but early in the second half he unleashed himself with devastating effect to create a marvellous opportunity for a Penrith try, which for them eventuated from the next scrum. The Panthers had a late opportunity to pull the game out of the fire after Izzard had made another one of his great long breaks. However, Balmain fullback Petherbridge was able to get across and tackle Ken Wolfe right in the corner. Now, let's have another look at that controversial Scott Gale try, which won the game for Balmain with only 2 minutes and 60 seconds to go. First, I'm amazed the referee allowed it. Kerry Hemsley, number 26, ran right in front of Gale as a shepherd, and in my opinion deliberately took the Penrith halfback Greg Alexander right out of the defensive play. Certainly Scott Gale straightens in his run as he sees the opening created by Alexander being bowled over. Another amazing thing is that none of the commentators covering the match questioned the legality of the try. Cronulla lost comprehensively to East at the sports ground, but their big centre Dean Carney escapes any blame. He tried hard and frequently rocked the Roosters with tough ball-and-all tackles like this one on Brad Tessman. Sharks winger Mark McGraw made a powerhouse run from an East kickoff, which had the crowd roaring, but efforts like his were few and far between for the Sharks. Cronulla had a fine break by fullback Jonathan Docking early in the second half from a Wakefield pass. It looked very promising, but a top tackle from Scott Bennett nipped the move in the bud. Young Manly import Dale Shearer was given a go in the centres against Western Suburbs due to the loss of representative players, and he went quite well. And but for a despairing tackle by West fullback Epifania, would have scored in the 20th minute. New Australian representative halfback Des Hasler had a marvellous game and is going to be sadly missed by Manly. He made repeated breaks like this to shatter the brittle Magpie defence. The incredible strength of new international Noel Cleal is illustrated perfectly by this run of his midway through the second half, one of the Manly-West game. The try ultimately came from a ballet pirouette by fullback Marty Gurr. In the North Illawarra game, the North side did a fair bit of this. Actually, they created enough breaks to win 2 games of rugby league, but with monotonous regularity, someone, somehow, would always balls it up. This delightful passage of play could serve as a manual on how not to pass the football, with some overtones of the dying swan. Even the referee, Mr. Barnes, thought Sean O'Connor should have been booked on a 402 for overacting. Sadly, North's best and most vigorous player, Fred Teasdale, couldn't finish off moves that deserved tries after all the good lead-up work had been done.